DC Weather Lab. Here's Eric's forecast.
What an absolutely fantastic weekend for us here in Acadiana. Plenty of sunshine, relatively comfortable temperatures for early January standards in the low to mid 60s. And it looks like the warming trend continues into tomorrow. But then we have a little dip into Tuesday and Wednesday before we're back into the 70s by Thursday and Friday. But with those warmer temperatures by the end of the week comes the chance for some showers. We're going to start with the water vapor. So this is what's going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere. When you have an upper level ridge, that means quiet and calm conditions. And that's what we had all weekend long with all that sunshine thanks to that area of high pressure. That'll be in control for 1 or 2 more days before eventually down the line we'll start to see some of this moisture out to the west and to the south beginning to make its way in. But until then, we have a couple more dry days before that starts to happen. And so clear skies out there even now as we push into the evening. But the bigger story is we're starting to see the winds turn a little bit more out of the south, and that's going to keep us on the mild side tonight. Temperatures pretty much going to hold steady through the overnight right around the lower 50s, and that's how we'll start off tomorrow morning. Could get into the upper 40s the farther away from the Gulf you get. So you can see 48 in Ville Platte, 47 up towards Alexandria. But most of us should be waking up to lower 50s across Acadiana for our Monday. And then with that southerly flow, we'll start to make our way into the lower 70s during the afternoon. So about 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. Also, a few more clouds will start to dot the skies going into the afternoon. Moving into Tuesday morning, a weak cool front moves through, but temperatures pretty much upper 40s, maybe some lower 50s down towards New Iberia and Morgan City. But you really notice the cooler air by Tuesday afternoon as temperatures will be about 10 degrees cooler. We'll only top out in the lower 60s. But the good news is another sun-filled afternoon. So at least that sunshine will make it feel a little nicer. So through the overnight, we stay quiet. By the afternoon, we start to see some low clouds streaming across the area, but still a fair amount of sunshine for our Monday. Here comes that weak cool front. Other than just a little bit more clouds and a couple sprinkles, not of much consequence. And it'll be basically overnight, so most of you won't even notice it. And you can see that front way out into the Gulf by Tuesday morning. But what you will notice is that cooler conditions along with slightly breezier conditions by about Tuesday afternoon. Coldest morning will be Wednesday morning as we drop down into the upper 30s. But by Wednesday afternoon, we're pushing the mid 60s again as we start to get that southerly flow returning. Maybe a few clouds start to return, but otherwise even mostly sunny into our Wednesday. But then that southerly flow really starts to crank up, pushing Gulf of Mexico moisture over top the area. So we're talking temperatures upper 60s to lower 70s come Thursday afternoon. A few isolated showers around, but better rain chances will be up to our north and northwest, closer to a frontal system. But as that front starts to sag a little farther to the south and we get this other one over in Texas, a little better rain chances Friday afternoon and then especially Friday night and the Saturday morning. And this is setting up to be a classic severe weather situation. So we're definitely going to have to pay attention to this as we're going to get that deep Gulf moisture combined with some cooler air riding on the backside of this. So you see where those yellows are. That's where we could have some severe weather late Friday night in the first thing Saturday morning, especially from Lake Charles up through Alexandria and then over into Mississippi. Good chance for even the possibility for some tornadoes. Good news is should get out of here by Saturday afternoon, and it looks like the second half of the weekend shouldn't be too bad with mostly sunny skies, maybe slightly cooler temperatures by Sunday afternoon. But as I mentioned, we're really paying attention to Friday night and the Saturday morning for that slight risk of severe weather. Damaging winds and isolated tornadoes will be a good possibility. And with the Storm Prediction Center putting this out 6 days in advance, that is a definite indication that it does look like severe weather will be heading for us. We still have to figure out the timing as there is quite a few days in advance, but definitely know you are going to be weather aware as we go into Friday night and then into Saturday morning for that potential of severe weather. But in the meantime, clear starry night, not as cool. We'll hang right around 50 degrees with maybe some areas of patchy fog, especially where the ground's still a little bit on the wet side. Otherwise, another warm winter-like day for our Monday. 72, mix of sun and clouds, a nice southerly breeze starting to pick up. Quiet with cooler conditions Tuesday and Wednesday, but there you see the slight rain chances, but warm as we're back into the 70s. Best chance for the rain, though, Friday night and a Saturday morning. As mentioned, possibility of severe weather, but it does look like a warm 10-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Eric.